ending that streak for the Cats?
It's a tall order, Manny. They're ranked number 4, number 5 in the nation. We're, I believe, in the top 20, and I just feel, I don't know. I think we got to just do this thing in steps, and so I think we have the horses to do it at some point, but right now, just realistically, it's just a tall order to put on these young athletes. I just think it's going to take me about a year or 2 more to kind of get to that level, and so I'm just trying to be realistic there. But yet, I have confidence in my young men. They're doing great. Same with the women; they're strong too. But it's just Chico's a very well-known national ranked team, and I have to give them that respect.
Speaking of the rankings, Jensen was just here. Do you feel like you guys that you guys should be higher up in the rankings at this point?
Well, I know we are, and I don't mean that to be too confident. I'm just saying it's just we haven't raced all of our men, our top 7 or our top 10 at the same time. It's just because of injury or illness, and so now that it's championship part of the season, conference, regionals, and hopefully nationals, that now we're going to put our best foot forward and having to run these athletes, and so I think we should be ranked a little bit higher, but we also have to prove it. We have to display that. I think this is the time to do it. So conference, we're going to go in there with everybody. Noki Amatsu, who's our true freshman, who's probably top 7, may not be there because he's sick, but we got Ben Stern back on the men's side. Our women, Imogen Carson will be back this weekend, which is great, so we'll be at full strength there. But I think that in the next week to 3 weeks, we'll get an idea of really where we stand, obviously, because we have the race conference and the regional championships. So I think it's directly reflected in what we've done so far, but we still have some cards up our sleeves, so to speak, because we haven't won everybody at the same time.
With this championship, do you guys got a place in a certain amount to be invited to regionals, or?
No, conference is open to everyone in the conference, obviously the conference, and then regionals is open as well. Okay. So you don't have to qualify to get there, but in order to go to nationals, we have to be top 5 men or top 5 women to make it onto nationals.
Okay.
Yeah.
A similar question that I asked earlier. You've had your regular season meets, and now do you approach conference and the regionals the same way as you have all season, or is there like a different way you prepare you guys for those meets?
What you have to look at is the type of surface and what type of course the actual conference championship is. It's a lot different from the regional championship. For instance, regional championship will be a 10K in Spokane, Washington, on a kind of a bumpy grass surface. And so we've been training at Health Sport. We've been training accordingly. It's more of a strength course, as we call it in cross country, whereas the conference championship this weekend is a flat, fast course. So honestly, we probably don't have the leg speed to run very well this weekend, but we're going to give it a shot. We give it some respect, but really our one race is going to be the regional championships, and so everything is focused upon that, because the big picture is we want to go to nationals again, and that's what we're really focusing up on. But I think we have the great strength in order to run fast and do well at conference championships. But our real key is going to be in about 2.5 weeks when we go to Spokane and try to qualify for nationals again. So that's probably the best way to answer that. Any other questions at all?
In the past I've asked you kind of, where you guys try and finish, and obviously on the men's side she goes, to one of the top in the nation, but is there, maybe like top 3, top 5 where you guys are trying to finish team-wise, at conference? Is there, kind of a goal for you? Obviously, you'd love to,
it's a great question, because a lot of the teams in the CE2A are actually the stronger teams in the region. So, for instance, Chico has in our conference a top men's and women's team that also, represents the West in the region, one of the top teams. And so my point is that we can use them to mark off of in order to get ready for, regionals through the conference championships. But also on the women's side, you have Stanislaus, okay, and you have UC San Diego. These are the same teams we're going to be competing against come regionals. So you get to kind of measure yourself up to them this weekend. On the men's side, you have Chico, Pomona, UC San Diego, and San Francisco State. So collectively, you're gonna have about 8 teams in the region going for 5 spots, both on the men's and women's side. And the CC2A has about 5 of those 8 teams. The other 3 will be from GNAC or another conference with Cal Baptist. But I guess in summary, the conference, the CC2A, is really a strong conference in respect to what regionals is going to be like. So if you can key off some of those athletes that belong to those other schools that are ranked ahead of you, we might sneak in behind them, right behind them, and qualify for nationals. We're going to use Chico to kind of key off of so we get ourselves into nationals. That's kind of the plan. So it's good to have those good teams in conference because we can use them for regionals. So hopefully that is understood, but that's kind of our strategy.
Yeah.